like we're
I know, like we're live.
so special. I think I did this one time. It was over, it was like the summer past the quarantine, when the shutdown happened. And me and Stephanie, or maybe it was during the quarantine, and me and Stephanie set up in her kitchen, and we had coffee.
That one. Y'all look like
and we were on the Today Show.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So it's 10:28 our time. I just rolled into Jackson. Those of you probably don't know, Anna moved. She got married and moved, and it's fine. It's fine. But that just means we're gonna spread the love. Everywhere.
Yep.
CK love everywhere. But anyways, I came up here and we're doing the chat together. So it's week 1, and it seems like everybody's got some smooth sailing. Haven't had any crazy hiccups anywhere, but
setup week went great.
Yeah. Let's see. Bethany says, "Hey, Anna."
Hey, I miss y'all.
Yeah. But so. We're kind of building up to, this next coming week where we're going to start dabbling a little bit more in detail of habits, and you're going to figure all that as we go. But we had to set up the kitchen for success. So Sunday was all about the kitchen clean out, so we have a saying, if it's in your house, you will eat it eventually.
Yes.
And I know me, and we're pretty practiced in our habits. Mm-hmm. We're not immune to cravings.
No. If you're hungry and you're starving and you know there's a pack of cookies or something in your pantry and you're desperate, even though they might not taste good, you're going to find it and you're going to eat it.
Yeah. And so even like right now, people are switching out their foods in the meals that they already eat,
mm-hmm.
So you're probably trying to cut out all the junk. I mean, you did the kitchen clean out, cutting out the junk. If it hadn't hit you yet, the sugar detox is probably going to hit you.
It's coming.
You're going to start getting a little cranky, a little shaky, a little hungry. And when that hits, you just need to eat. But then more importantly, you need to have that stuff out of the house so you're not tempted.
Yeah. Go for the fruit. I found fruit definitely helps for those sweet cravings that you have.
Yeah, somebody asked on the Facebook page about peanut butter with honey.
Yeah.
And that used to be a snack that my son loved. That was his favorite thing to eat.
I like it with bananas, like peanut butter.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was sliced bananas with a little bit of peanut butter and honey drizzled over it. The only thing I'll say is that is really great when you're in a bind and you have a craving like that. So think on those terms, you're still adding the plant, you're still having the good type of ingredients, but it's going to try to, kick that craving, that you may be having. But I think we addressed peanut butter a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
Peanut butter is fine. It's just it can get out of hand, and you don't want to. Just gob it.
It's very calorie dense.
Very calorie dense, yeah. So, as we go along, y'all get a little bit better at, picking and choosing where your splurges are going to be. But moving on, so another question we've gotten, which we answered on Monday, was how many meals are you supposed to be eating? I know myself, I eat anywhere between 4 to 5 meals, but that is over the course of many years of practicing this way. So
I would say that's pretty accurate. But some people start out with just 3. And to me, I even had a client this time around ask me, I would say focus on those 3 meals and fill those habits first and then slowly start adding in more meals.
Right. So if you are currently only eating 2, or even in your pre-CK food log, if you're currently only eating 2 to 3 meals a day, just fix those meals.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Don't worry about trying to overfeed yourself, because once your body starts getting better at burning energy and you're eating less you're not as calorie dense foods, but you're going to try to add in more volume. And that's the real kicker here, is that we're trying to retrain your brain to eat more in volume of whole foods, but they're not calorie dense.
Yeah.
That's when we say you can eat more.
So you can eat more of them.
Right.
And it's more food in
it's
the
more
end.
Food. Yeah. Yeah. I think on Monday they got it. You get the next couple of Mondays. I think it's for the next 4 Mondays. You're going to get a day of food examples of kind of illustrates where actual clients, their meals were at in that week, or represents the week that we're on. So like this week was just examples of like a rushed mama, you know, trying to just fill the habits as you could, like kind of quickly.
Yeah.
There's another one, I think, of a person that used all CK recipes, which is the easiest way to do. If you can prep that way, which I mean, many people do end up that way, but it was an example of kind of not mirror this exactly, but examples of different ways people try to fill the things, the habits. Other than that, just focus on what you're doing now, like what you're eating now, and then if you start feeling hungry, like that's when you add a meal, like what Anna was saying. You're not necessarily forcing yourself to eat 5 meals a day if you have 5 slots on your food log. It's just eventually you may get there and you may not. That's just something that you're going to figure out as you go along. The big lesson this week was yesterday, the tech curfew.
Yes.
I'm
That's
guilty
a hard
of this.
one for a lot of people. I have my nightly
It's really
routine,
hard for me.
and like I do my little magnesium drink, which
yeah.
I call my old lady drink.
Yeah.
And I'm in bed by like 8:30, max 9.
Yeah.
And I feel better. But I know with people that have kids and busy schedules and activities, it's a lot harder.
Well, it's like me. We're about to start having baseball practice at 7 p.m. And it lasts an hour and a half.
So you won't be getting home.
So I won't be getting home
I
won't be getting home until practice will end at 8:30. And so I get it. I understand the time management. So we're running. Some of you will be running and going up until when you get home, you need to be like, all right, it's bedtime. Like, let's do this. And I understand the draw to want to unwind and veg out, like with your phone. But and I'm guilty of this too. Like I need to work on this too myself. But if you can set up some kind of system, like a strategy, routine, where you're like, all right, everybody's phones go in the bucket, or
I put mine on the charger, and it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Like, I don't look at it. I already set my alarm, so there's no need to even focus on it.
You don't have to check it. Check the weather.
Nope.
I use that as an excuse.
Well, the weather can go into a rabbit hole of like YouTube videos and Facebook and
I know,
Instagram.
that's what I'm saying. Like I'll be like, oh wait, I just need to check the weather real quick for the class.
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, well, let's just check this email.
And it
sucks you in. So the best thing to do is like what she says, prepare for it. Like anticipate it. And I promise it's going to help you, number one, go to sleep faster, stay asleep. And then if you haven't read or listened to the lesson from yesterday or Tuesday, it talks all about how our tech and artificial light affects our hormones. And that's a hot topic these days, is hormones.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, hormones do control everything about your well-being, like how you feel, how you, perform in whatever you're doing, either mentally or physically. So it's super important that we get that sleep habit under control, because you want to be firing on all cylinders whenever you have to make these harder choices that are going to be coming up. So the habits have been fairly simple, as we're moving into week 1. This is kind of like getting your toe wet. Little
dipping in.
Dip that toe in. Next week we're going to be talking about level 1 habits and level 2 habits. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to strive to be level 2. It just means that we have to figure out what your acting, nutritional, or eating level is currently right now, and we're going to build upon that. But you have the option to kind of float between the two, and we're going to explain more of that later on Sunday whenever we start talking about your level eater, what you want to be. But for right now, keep it simple. We have it simple for a reason.
Yep.
And what was I just saying about? I said complicate. Oh, I know what it is.
Oh yeah. Don't
confidence.
make it complicated because it makes you confidence when it's less complicated.
So I was saying, I was talking on my way up here, driving, thinking about, a lot of people have issues with how simple we start out, and they want to
make it more
complicated. They feel like they need to be doing, all these hard things so they can get the results faster. It's not about how fast you get the results. It's about keeping them. Okay? And so you have signed up for a reason to be in CK, to learn a way to make things stick. And so when it comes down to keeping it simple, which that's what we're all about, simple builds confidence. And so if we can sustain these simple patterns and gradually build, each day, each week, you're going to have little baby wins throughout the day. These little small goals of water goal, I got my protein goal, my plant goal, I won the day. We want to create these little wins so we instill confidence. So when you do want to make things, level up or make them more complicated, you have built this foundation of confidence to take it to the next level. And so whether you think that you know it all, have done it in the past, doesn't matter. You just need to put your money where your mouth is and do simple, build on that so we can have these simple daily tasks to build confidence so we can take it to the next level.
Yep.
All right, so we'll probably end it there. We still have some lessons coming up later in the week, like today is the importance of water. Not that you needed reminding of that. We all know we need to drink water. But then we talk about why we're taking vitamins. And then also we end the week with why we food log. Now, food logging is a great tool.
Yes. Not
something you necessarily need to obsess over, like we don't count macros and all that stuff, but we do need to map out what you've done so we can see where you need to go. And that lesson is on Friday. It's going to talk all about why we do it and when you should do it and when you may not want to do it.
Yep.
Okay. But we're going to end it there. We are glad that I can come see Anna. I'll be making trips back up to Jackson, and she'll be coming down. So we'll have her on anytime we can.
Yep.
All right, guys. So we'll see y'all next week for week 2. If y'all have any questions, just let us know.
Yes. Y'all have a good week. Rest of the